Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I am Father Cornelius Sheboygan III. We are here. We are here to pray to our Lord and Savior, Eddie Van Halen, for his gifts upon us. Not that I'm laughing about Eddie Van Halen. What's going on, everybody? Do you guys like a little bit of that? I put on the wrong playlist for a second. I think it was just like, I walked away for a second thinking I had put on, Spirit World. But then I could hear the headphones on the table all like, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Ain't no, I was like listening. I was like, oh shit, wrong song. Oh, well, how's everybody doing? What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, in fact. What's going on, Ronnie? You missed a gooder yesterday, Ron. Ronnie missed an all-timer yesterday. He's like, fuck, man, I missed an all-timer. You missed an all-timer. You didn't miss an Alzheimer's, you missed an all-timer. That's okay. We'll have plenty more where that came from. What are we doing today? We're checking out Pasadena from Fractal. Fractal, the company many of us, and let's not get this twisted. Let's not get this twisted. There are many AmpSim users in the world right now that routinely lust for an Axe-Fx. I owned an Axe-Fx Ultra way back in the day, and it was cool, but boy oh boy is the newest Axe-Fx. I geek the fuck out on Axe-Fx. I really do. The thing is though, like A, I can't afford one like many of us AmpSim users. And the B, even if I could afford one, I couldn't justify one. Even if I had $1 million just sitting in my bank account, sure I would buy an Axe-Fx, but I wouldn't have it for very long because it would very quickly, I would see that I don't need it. You know what I mean? I just have no need for an Axe-Fx in my life. I don't. Plugins, however, lots of need for plugins in my lifetime. Lots and lots of needs. So what are we doing today? We're hanging out. We're just going to hang out. We're going to talk guitar modifications. We're also going to be doing the Evangelism, 5150 Evangelism. We're going to be talking about this, not just this plugin, but a few others as well. We're going to be talking about a few. I know that Veggie will probably be here at some point, and he'll be like, you got to check out this one, but what about this one and this one? For now, what I want to use is I want to start with what I believe to be one of the stronger things in here, and that is this 50 watt. The cool thing about this is they have expert controls as well as your basic controls. The expert controls are kind of set pretty solid by the developer. So if you don't want to get into it, you don't really have to, but read the manual, read what each and every one of them does, and then just kind of go with it. See what happens. You know what I mean? So today, what am I doing? Well, we're going to start with this. I'm also going to try to stick with my cabinet. I reported the bug to them that every time you switch cabinets, it doesn't necessarily need, it's really annoying. Actually really irritating for it to change. It changes phenomenally every time that you switch amps. And it's like, it's super irritating. You got to go start all back from scratch. I kind of like where the mics, I would love it if when you switch cabinets, the mics and everything should stay. The blend should stick where you want it, that's just my opinion. There's also some other thing here. I think there's a link, but I can't find where's this link? There's a link, I think. Isn't that great? Where is it? Go to the amp for a second. Dynacab linking on, meaning it gives you the best cab for that. So I don't want that on. So I'm going to turn it off. Where do I turn it off? Okay. Automatically loads a matching Dynacab when you select a new amp type. Bam. Don't want. Okay, get rid of that. That was a problem for my life last time. But even still, when it switches cabinets, I understand that it wants to give you the right cabinet for the amp. I get that. For starters, the control should be right here. There should also be another toggle for it right here where I can see it. I shouldn't have to go to the amps and then go all the way to the bottom and see this little gray thing down here, Dynacab linking. Sometimes people don't really, I think it would be best for most users to just have one idiot-proof right here for convenience. Not just idiot-proof, but just for convenience as well. So we're going to get into this. I notice a lot of people like the 57 and 121 blend. Is that sort of the new 57 421 blend? Did we get away from that at some point? Let me know in the comments. Am I wrong on this? Today for a guitar, I'm using this here Git box. This is given to me by a very close friend of mine. He just didn't want it. Somebody left it in his jam space and it was there for years and years and years. He tried to contact this human to give him the stuff back, and the guy literally just said, I don't care about it. You just do whatever with it. The guy moved out of town, and I reaped the benefits, I guess. This guitar came with some invaders. This is I guess I'm told, I'm not a big Avenged Sevenfold guy. I do enjoy their riffage. I do enjoy the talent of the band members. Unfortunately, I haven't really been a fan of the band, and I don't even know if I ever really was. The first album, though, they had a couple of fucking bangers, and when M Shadows was still screaming, before they started trying to be Guns N' Roses. Like whose career advice was that? Anyways, just teasing. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go cab to cab and just kind of check things out. I noticed there is a nice selection of cabinets in here. 212 Ava tone. I don't know what that is. Anybody know what a 212 Ava tone is? Friedman is real obvious. Recto slant, obvious. Citrus, obvious. What's the Ava tone? Does anybody know what that is? Let me know. So we're going to start with the 212. I'm going to replace this with, actually, I'm just going to go straight up one mic. Okay. We are going to just, that's it. I'm going to get one mic, just a 57. Conservative setup here, and I've also wanted to mention I've got the Tim Henson Fishman in this guitar. All right, that's sounding better. Is this going to be all chugs? Probably not. Probably. I mean, what is the Pasadena? The whole purpose of a 5150 is to chug and shred, and it's all metal and rock. That's all those amps are really based on. However, that being said, the 5153 has a Fender designed clean channel. It is not an afterthought. You know what I mean? There's definitely not an afterthought in that clean tone. You know, some amps, some of the high gain amps out there can give you that feeling of like the clean tone just kind of being there for those guys that just once per show click that on to do this one little eerie part with a minor chord and some delay, and then go right back to hammering down. You know what I mean? They know that the focus of the amp is over here. So we're just going to kind of throw this clunky clean tone. That's not the case. So there are clean tones to be had. Cut hair. I just don't think, yeah, they have included 5153 100 watt stealth green channel. So there it is in here. So it does some real nice cleans. All right, see what's going on here. 9 people in the house. Nice to see you. You heard the Flow Rider? Is this Life Cycles right now? Life Cycles. I don't believe I'm familiar with a band called Life Cycles, sir. I do believe at the time you were listening, I do believe that would have been Spirit World. It could have been. The AM4 is somewhat affordable. That's the floorboard. Just got a Pod Go like 2 months ago. I'm pretty happy with that. I would be too. Everything made by Line 6 is phenomenal. Everything made by Line 6 is super phenomenal. An avatar cabinet? I don't know what that is either. I have no idea. Can someone look that up for me? There should be a little thing in the Pasadena. There should be like a little thing about which cabinet that is. Oh my God, stop talking to me. This is no joke. There's no joke, no boost pedal right now. Ugh, precision drive. No thank you, sir. Sir, no thank you. Okay, I'm not gonna go straight for the preamp this time. I'm not gonna do it, okay? We're gonna go with some of the tube screamers first, instead of me just going straight for that TC Electronics preamp and just living there for the entire stream. Let's go with some Now, a couple of the guys here on the team really like the cabinet section. I didn't my first time out. By the way, that stream got deleted, so we're kind of redoing a stream, sort of. Got my dollar drink day again today. Every time. Driving back from disc golf, my morning round, and oh, look, there's McDonald's. And then my mind's like, hey, bro, dollar drink day. On the way there, I'm like, we're not getting dollar drink day. And the guy over here on my shoulder's like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I don't need a Coke right now. It's early. I don't need a Coke. And after that 2-hour round, it's like, give me the Coke now. You guys know it. Doesn't have to be a Coke, but I think everyone out there has a beverage that they love drinking on a hot day or after being exerted. Not just water. Water tastes amazing after you've exerted yourself. But all right, let's click this on and see what this brings to the table. Of course it does. Wonderful. Wow. It's ballsy. Very ballsy. I like this guitar. I didn't think I was. And the craziest thing about it is that the stream before, I had no idea this was on the table. I had no idea this was coming to me. The stream before, I believe it was Ronnie Webster and I were literally talking about how I don't like Schecter necks and that a 7-string Schecter or an 8-string Schecter is just too much neck for me. The week after, a friend of mine, I fixed up a guitar for him. He just brings this to me and says, yeah, man, you can just keep it or whatever. I'm like, what? No. He says, like, yeah. I was like, and then I found out what this guitar is worth. And I was like, really? No. You know, this guitar is expensive. He's like, yeah, I literally don't care. I don't care. Not one little bit in the entire universe. You can just have that guitar and fix up some more stuff for me later. I'm like, all right, sounds good. So, the people at Fishman were nice enough to send over the Tim Henson set. I was going to say Jim Henson. You have no idea how many times I've almost made that slip slop. The Tim Henson pickup set is, I didn't expect I was going to love it. Like, it's not that I just like this pickup set. I love this pickup set. Everything about it is awesome. I'm telling you that right now, you need to try this pickup set if you're out there and you're looking for a really solid 6 or 7-string set for lower tunings. I would suggest, because it really crisp and the low end is super controlled. Man, I need to meet some of your friends. He's not this type, but he's the nicest, one of the nicest human beings I've ever known. But keep in mind, we have known each other for 30 years. Me and this fella. And he has a jam space that's sort of a communal jam space, and lots of people jam there and lots of people leave shit there. He gives things to other people all the time, but he just comes over and says, hey, someone left this nice Telecaster. Well, actually, he messaged me and said that someone left this cool Telecaster at my jam space. It's been there forever. I'm doing a clean out. Can you fix this up for me? I'm like, yeah, I can. It's a Telecaster. I love fixing up Telecasters in need of help. That's how I end up with so many. I ended up with so many Telecasters because every time I see a Telecaster in need of help, I want to be like, I need to help you. You know, like I need to help it. So I helped this Telecaster. He couldn't believe what I did to it. And then I fixed up an Ibanez Talman acoustic that had fret ends so bad that it literally was like I had to... Well, you guys have all played a guitar where the fret ends were so ridiculous where you were like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I remember one time at a party, somebody handed me an acoustic guitar and said I need to play it. I said, really don't want to. And then I agreed to it, and I grabbed this guitar, and there's literally... It would have shaved my fingers off. It would have literally cut my fingers open to play this gross guitar, and it was all dirty and dusty. And I'm like, I haven't had a tetanus shot in a while, dude. Like, I don't really want. And I'm like, I can't play it. And I'm like, listen, like, look at. And they're like, oh, that's a cop out. Yeah, a good guitar player can play anything. You know, isn't that the most old school thing to say? A good guitar player can play anything. I agree that they can, but I didn't want to. Anyways, long story long, I like fixing up guitars for friends for no charge. And I guess I fixed up a few things. He brings me this thing and just says, hey, do you want this? Wait, we have to unpack everything. Let's talk about this. But I didn't think I was going to love it, but I ended up loving this guitar. So thanks. Well, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'll call him Downtown J Brown. For whatever reason, this plugin is giving me the exact opposite vibes of what it did the first time. It's the strangest thing. It's also seriously still fucks with me that the second string is the first tuning peg down here, and there's the one up here. I forget about this guy up here so often. Oh, you have no idea. I've had this guitar for a good while now, and I still forget about it. All right, let's get to the comments here. Holy shit. 13 people in the house. What's going on? My name is Tyler. Welcome to the Amsim Show. We might give something away today. We might not. I don't know. We'll see. We're fucking crazy like that here sometimes. I like giving things away. I don't always get back to people immediately with the prize. I had to get this one dude. I had to tell him, like, sorry, I can't give you anything anymore, because the guy literally was messaging me every, like, I would say every 12 hours. Every 12 hours, the dude was emailing and being like, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. I eventually did give him something though. I really hard not to get pissy in that situation though. But guys, if I hook you up with something, give me a week for delivery. If I haven't delivered in one calendar week, then email me and be like, yo, and I'll be like, ah, shit, I forgot. Sorry, guy. So anyways, that's what's going on today. What's going on with your weekend? Tell me about it. I want to hear about your weekends ASAP. Tell me in the chat. Do you guys like my Billy Ray Cyrus shirt? This was a Value Village Devaler find for, I think this was a $3 shirt. And I wear it to work every once in a while. And the ladies I work with cannot hold a straight face at all when I wear this shirt. And I love it for that reason. That when I walk around, and I work in a building, as you can imagine, working in education and schools and everything else. I work with a lot of ladies, and they for some reason love this shirt, or I just look like a circus clown wearing it. Either way, it lightens the mood sometimes. All right, it's also given me, it's doing a low cut, high cut for me, which you don't need to do that for me. I'm good. So let's give that a try without it. It's okay for me to process stuff if I'm using the tools that are provided in the plugin, but I like a more of a raw tone with you guys. And if you guys are ever curious why that is, the very good reason. Because when you watch this channel and you see me playing with a plugin, there is a 100% chance that you're going to be able to achieve the sound that I'm getting in that exact moment when you watch that video. How many times have we all watched a video for a plugin and be like, hey, my name is this guy, content creator. Today I'm going to show you this plugin. And then it goes into a full fucking mix. I don't mind the guys, the people are that mime over their mix. That's fine. That's cool. And the mixes often sound really, really good. But you're hearing 4 guitar tracks there, probably recorded with at least 2 instruments. And you're hearing at least 4 guitars. That's to me. And then you go and you're like, oh shit, I want that plugin. I want that plugin right now. I need it in my life. And then you buy it, and then you're like, shit, I can't get the guitar sound that this guy had. Well, there's a few reasons for that. It might not necessarily be that it's just because of the mix. It also could be your pickups. It also could be your strings. It could be a number of different factors. So what you want to do is pay attention to what that YouTuber is using, or that content creator is using for pickups. This is another reason I like to talk about the pickups that I'm using, so that in the stream you're like, shit, that sounds really good. But there's another crucial component to the sound here, that is the pickups. Anyone, and I mean anyone, that tells you that pickups don't matter, well, pickups are like tone woods. It's a myth. Pickups don't matter. I've heard pickups don't matter so many times, and that is just so full of shit. Pickups do matter. They really do. So especially if you're after a certain very specific type of tone, there are often pickups that are specifically associated with that tone that you're after. So I think that's probably the coolest part. The coolest part about Avatone is avatar cab build. Okay, what's an avatar? Absenceos, it's nice to see you. You're if I'm not mistaken, you're the blackened death metal guy or black metal guy. Yeah? Yeah? Am I right? Let me know. Actually, we were thinking about you not long ago. One particular actually, I remember exactly why we were thinking and when we were thinking about you. Have you checked out the Aurora, I won't say Aurora Tone. Have you checked out the Aurora DSP Flesh Rot yet? I'd be curious for your thoughts on that one. Dollar Drink Day, chilling with some Baja Blast Zero Sugar. He dialed up that stank face knob. I do that. There is a knob on here for stank face. Actually, the stank face knob is right here. It's not the tone knob either. It's the voice 2. When you pull this up, it just does something, all kinds of magic. Like, hold on, before we get back to you. Check this out. So Wow, the Tim Henson set cannot be fucked with. When it Fishman, I've tried a lot of Fishmans. If you guys want to, today is a good day. If you guys want to talk about modifications today, if you want to talk about if you guys want to ask me about other 5150 plugins, it's not just going to be Pasadena today. Although it's probably going to be a lot of Pasadena today. Reason being is the other ones in my arsenal have all received a lot of game time kind of coverage, and this one is not. So I haven't really gone really through it yet. So we're going to do a deep dive today, probably mostly on this. But if you guys want to ask about pickups, you guys want to talk about modifications of any kind, let me know. I love talking about this kind of stuff, especially pickups. We love talking about pickups here, and they are a big part. They really are. They're a huge part. That's why there are so many pickup demos out there. If they weren't important, there wouldn't be this many pickup companies, and if there wouldn't be this much pickup content. It's not, you know what I mean? And I think this is one of the single most important videos for pickups that's ever come out. Is a video by Keith Merrow, where he did this video for Seymour Duncan, and he essentially he took the same guitar and he did a painstaking amount of installs. And I think he did about 10 pickups or something, 8 pickups, 10 pickups, something like, I can't remember how many pickups he does, but he does a bridge pickup comparison, and the riff will forever be burned in my head. That riff is forever burned into my soul because of how many times I've watched that video for tone comparisons, like trying to find which pickup. If Keith Merrow knew how many pickups I've purchased over the years just because of that video, you know what I mean? But that's a great video because what he does is he lays all these pickups out. He plays the same riff on the same guitar with the same exact settings on the same amp. Nothing has changed. And I love that about it. So if you check it out, ASAP, Keith Merrow, Seymour Duncan, I guarantee you will be one of the first videos to come up. And it is a phenomenal, phenomenal resource. How did I not catch that Fractal had gone into plugins? Let's talk about that. Yeah. I gotta be careful how much I yell. There's people like right down on the street. A couple people just looked up at me. I'm like, hey, hi, I'm just up here recording in my fucking shitty apartment. Hi, it's hot out. But by the way, the windows are open today. You're gonna hear shit outside. You're gonna hear cars. You're probably gonna hear midlife crisis mobile. Harley Davidson's ripping up my street because I live on this really strange little side street, and it's on like just such a very subtle hill kind of, but people for some reason just love to fucking rip up our street, and you're like, shit, you know, like it's very annoying. It's very loud. Also a bus on the street now. Good times. All right, so yeah, Fractal getting into plugins. Super important. How long have we been asking for this to happen? You know what I mean? We've been asking, begging, please bring your Axe Effects. Please bring the Axe Effects to plugins. Somehow, anyway. I am too poor, sir. I am too poor to enjoy your technology. And let's talk about price. This plugin is priced so ridiculously well. This is nuts. Like, I know there was some complaint. There was, before this, by the way, Absencios, there was, and I think I'm saying your name, Absencios. You, sir, AC, we'll call you, like the band. This has so much value in this. There's so much value. But the first one was like 100 Fender amps. It was not just 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 15. They were like, they were seriously like fucking how many amps? Like 30 amps or something ridiculous. An amount of fenders that even Joe Bonamassa himself would be like, shit, that's a lot of fenders, man. You know, like there's a lot of amps. So people lost their fucking minds about the price because there were so many amps in it. They priced it at like, what was it, $300 or something like that? Because of how much was under the hood. And I think there was multiple plugins. It's tough because you can't, they did, I don't know. How would you guys have done it? Would you have split up the fenders? Would you have just gone and not included some of the fenders and just dealt with the barrage of people that you didn't include my favorite in the plugin? You know, like the people that are gonna, those people. However, the Fullerton, aka Fender, go over here to Pasadena, and they have, how many amps do we have here? Let's these are amp channels, by the way, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 individual amps, and then you have all these individual channels of all these different amps. So like and these are all really well modeled too, like really well modeled. And this is, I think, at what, 119? Is it 119 the full price, and it's on for like $79 or $89 or something? They have this plugin. If this plugin doesn't break the fucking internet during, I mean, I've seen a little content with it. This is a really good plugin. It looks a bit weird. Excuse me. It looks a bit weird. It gives me that sort of, I don't know, Helix Native meets Axe Effects, obviously, meets almost Tone Lib meets Thermionic. The Thermionic, like the 2-tab thing here, this is giving me super Thermionic vibes. It's also giving me that Tone Lib vibes with like the knobs and like the trying to be authentic kind of with the knobs, but nothing else. It's, you know what I mean? It kind of reminds me of all those things. The UI is solid. It's not as cool for some content creators. Content creators love those UIs that look like real amps. It looks really nice on your screen behind you in the content. So, I mean, I don't know. Are you guys seeing a lot of content with this? I don't know. I haven't seen a ton yet, but again, maybe I'm just not seeing the right things. I'm going to pull the trigger on some pickups for two of my guitars. Sorry, I'm way behind, guys. I'm just still scrolling. I'm thinking of a set of Seymour Duncan alt metal. Interesting. Alt metal. I haven't tried. Wait, is that a pickup? Think of a set of Seymour Duncan alt metal for one and maybe a Mortal Coil for the other. Okay. The Mortal Coil set. I don't know. Is there a, I don't know. Both that sounds great. I haven't tried the alt metal. I think it might be, I don't know. I actually have no experience with it whatsoever. And any information I have on it, I would be purely pulling out of some mental filing cabinet that's got the key broken off and you can only squeeze one of the drawers open a little bit, you know? So I don't know. You installed some Geiger stuff. Nice. The Geiger stuff is awesome. So is the Kaish stuff. Kaish. That stuff actually is super solid as well. So don't shake a stick at that either. 14 people in the house. Thank you for being here. I know the lighting's a little weird. It is daytime. And as I always say, I live in an apartment that's got windows that need to be open to function. So I need to live. I need air. I don't live in like a rope, I don't live in a rope lighting dungeon. It seems like there's so many streamers that just live in a dungeon surrounded by rope lighting and it's, I don't know. I wish I had a dungeon with rope lighting, but sadly, we are left with the space that we all have to create, and this is what I have. So the lighting is a little shitty, but we can do it. You saw the cat. Which one? I see Sam. Yeah, we've got Sam over here. We got Trigger there having a nap, and we've got we're gonna call him Augie. His name's Ognar, but we don't call him that. We just call him Augie. He's having a solid nap back there too. All the cats turn into mush when it gets hot. So this is what I would say already one of my favorite amps in this suite is this fella right here. This is the 5150 50 watt blue. Why does B sound so wimpy right now? B is a heavy tuning, and B sounds really wimpy right now. It sounds really good. Like, it's a great guitar tone. It's just like, maybe it's just because I know there's a lower string where you can instantly be like, nah. I saw an argument online last week between some gent kids and presumably some metalheads. I don't know. Maybe it was genty kids. Well, there were people that were into gent, and there was an argument. Well, the argument was that the Sepultura Roots album. I almost said something else there. The Sepultura Roots album was like one of the, like, their move was actually like the beginning of gent, and that nu metal plays a huge part in the start of gent. And there was this vehement anger to being like, no, not true at all. It's Meshuggah. Ah! You know, like, just, it has nothing to do with it. And we're like, yeah, but like Limp Bizkit, you know, like West Borland and all this stuff. And they're like, no. And it's like, yeah, but how do you deny that? How can you deny that eventually became it's impossible to deny. Like, it's just part of the evolution of things. The first genre I think we all heard that was tuned really, really low was nu metal. When everybody, I remember hearing Nookie and losing my mind and being, what tuning is that? And he's tuned with the bass? There's a 4-string guitar. What are we talking about right now? Man, I'm way too far behind here. Absenceos, nice to see you. Ben, nice to see you. One of my friends always looking for the perfect Pantera sound. He wasn't happy with the old Dean V. As soon as he switched the SH13 on the bridge, he was very happy. Yes, pickups definitely matter. Did he try the Bill Lawrence USA L500 XL? Because that pickup is the ultimo dime pickup. It's also the ultimate pickup for a lot of reasons. It's a fantastic pickup. And gosh, I wish I had known they were going to stop making them, because I would have bought a few more when they were really cheap. Now I just have one because the other one failed. It just gone. Something happened to it. But I have one left. Super excited about that pickup. That is a pickup. Oh, I'd argue to say one of the best. No, I wouldn't say one of. Definitely a top 5 all-time bridge pickup. Yeah, it's the Dimebag pickup, and everybody associates it with Dimebag, but there's so many other artists that use the L500 XL over the years for very different sounds. And if you've ever tried to play on one, it just, you set it up exactly how he says it. He says, just put a nickel under the, one nickel under the bass side, two nickels under the bass side, 1 nickel under the treble side, an American nickel. They are a different thickness than the Canadian nickel, as I've been told. I have an American nickel in there, just two of them, just for the purpose of setting up an L500 XL. It's funny that those are tools. I have two American nickels that I keep as tools. Oh, the Duncan alt metals are the Mick Thompson blackouts rebranded. When did those come out? Maybe I should fiddle around more with the built-in IRs. Oh no, I don't want to listen to this song right now. Yes, because I got my hands on the beast, it's bloody raw, and that's why I like it. It's not only which plugin? Hold on. The Line 6 UI? Yeah, I kind of like the Line 6 UI as well. They're just a really good... Wow, we had a bunch of people just leave. They don't like that we sit here and talk sometimes. A lot. It's okay. I'm such a Doom Quake software nerd. When I write my music under the project name Cryptic Decay. Like the Quake map. Nice. Which beast are we talking about? Absenceos? You hate what so much? Or hey, Ornamented Abyss. I didn't have a chance to get back to you just yet, but I did see the email pop up. Thank you. I will send that over. What do you hate, by the way, Ornamented Abyss? What do you hate? Tell me about the things you hate. Now. You like the Black Winters? Yeah, I think Rudy was saying he likes the Black Winters as well. I think it was him. I don't hate them. I just have a really hard time with really hot pickups. I do. I have a really hard time with really hot pickups. I would rather use something that's like a medium to medium high resistance, as opposed to using something super screaming. I'd rather use something a little bit less and then have to boost the input up a little bit. And it's just that clarity stays there. And even as much distortion and gain as you want to throw on top of them, or input boosts and stuff like that, it still stay the medium output pickups. They still stay really clear, and that's the one thing I've always really liked about them. The one pickup that I haven't tried again in a long time, anyways, was the Seymour Duncan Pegasus. Pegasi. I'd love to try the Pegasus again. I don't really have a need for another pickup right now. But like I said, I'm getting that LTD, ESP, LTD, Phoenix 201. I'm getting it to try and kind of, this was like an affordable guitar. This guitar is, I think, around $600 or $650 US, something around that marker. Around $600 US, I think. And I'm trying to prove that I would like to prove that this guitar, it really looks like it's super, super solid for that price range. So I'm really excited to see what we can get out of it. So when that guitar comes in, I'm going to be throwing a whole bunch of different bridge pickups at it. All right, switch amps. Yep. Let's see if this differs. Now let's see if did it stay? Ah, it stayed too. Nice. So I don't have to fuck around with it right now. We're going to start getting a little... Actually, before we switch amps, let's go back. Oh, it takes the settings away too. Sad face. I believe the settings should stay right where they're at. Oh, that's a huge bummer. I had it perfect. Okay, now let's try a couple different cabs while I've got the things set pretty good. It's gonna move things, isn't it, though? Is it gonna move things? No, it didn't. Wow, that's cool too. Okay. That seems more of a clean cabinet. I really want to blend those two, so let's blend them. Okay. Let's blend them off. Ooh, let's try an off axis. 57. And let's just pan a little bit in here. That sounds terrific. Let's blend it a little bit more. Wow, wowzers, wowzer. Yeah, the thing about the Dimebucker versus the L500 XL though, I love the Dimebucker. Don't get me wrong, I love the Dimebucker. I think it's a fantastic pickup, but I see what they were after. I see what they were trying to do, and they were essentially trying to their best to create a slightly modified copy of the original, not the newest, but the original L500 XL. I get it. That's what they were trying to do. They probably ripped one apart and they figured out what was going on with it and then figured it out. What I don't like about that though, I don't know. I didn't like it as much as the L500 XL. I don't know. Oh, I know they all have blades. Crunch Lab is a cool rail pickup. Nice. I haven't tried the Crunch Lab. Wait, isn't the Crunch... You mean... Are you talking about the DiMarzio Crunch Lab? I think the Crunch Lab... Are you sure? That's the John Petrucci pickup, right? Are you sure? Wow, this tone. Holy... Can we listen to this tone together for a second, please? Tone break. Hold up. Oh my God. That is heavy as fuck. Thing I love about Archspire, I'm going to go back to calling them Archspire because they call themselves that now, and I had to change it because originally I called them Archspire. Then all of a sudden I saw Dean on his channel was calling them Archspire for a bit, and I was like, okay, I guess I got to alter that because I don't like saying a band name wrong. And then I'm noticing he's saying Archspire again. I'm like, which one is it? Somebody tell me. I have one in an ESP. It's a really cool pickup. Nice. I think if I wasn't going all active pickups, I'd get there a Black Winter. I would never go all either way. I would always keep guitars passive and active because I just find there's just a drastically different response and a sound, and it's really nice to blend them in recordings. Oh my God. It's really nice to blend like an EMG and a Seymour Duncan or a Fishman and a Seymour or a Fishman and fucking DiMarzio. You guys pick. But it's really nice to pick, and then depending on the rigs you're using, because they really do fill each other in nicely. They really can. Anyway. I bought a Jupiter rail, but it's on back order. So the Jupiter rail will be here in, I think, about 3 weeks. It sucks. It sucks when like things happen in my on like further on in my holidays, because I'm like, oh, I'm so looking forward to that. But meanwhile, I'm like, but that means I'll have 2 weeks left of the holidays. So I should be getting my new guitar and the Jupiter rail sometime start of August, I think. And then the Jupiter rail is going straight into the Rumblebee. As you guys are aware, I have that awesome guitar I call the Rumblebee, and it's super fun guitar. It's the yellow, black and yellow. Oh, buddy, you're just the coolest. I hope you enjoy your day with your Fast and the Furious prop car, dude. There's a guy that lives on my block. I'm not the old guy that I love fast, loud things. But what I don't like is when people put those stupid little fart cans on their car just to make them sound louder. Yeah, yell at the cloud while I'm at it. Fuck! 15 people in the house. Hi! How are you? My name is Tyler. Welcome to the AmpSim show. We're just hanging out with the Icons Pasadena today. Just making some racket with this here. I can never get this right. Schecter Diamond Series Avenger 7 Elite. Aha, I did it. Woo! Yay me. This is the neck through. The neck through version. There is also a bolt-on version. The bolt-on version is worth a lot of money. And then I eventually looked up how much this was worth, and I was like, I emailed him, I hit him up on Messenger about 2 months after he brought it to me, and I was like, dude, are you sure still? He's like, you're still on about that? Yeah, dude, keep the fucking guitar. I'm gonna come and get it. I felt bad. I felt so bad. So I'm like, literally, you got work for life for free. Like, just bring me all your items. And then he came over and he played it after I had done all the various amounts of refurbers. Keep in mind, this guitar was sitting at a communal jam space for the better part of like 5 or 6 years. Sitting behind things not in a case. This instrument saw some shit and definitely got bumped, moving around. You can see somebody did like some little rotary tool thing here. I need to get some Meguiar's to see if I can take that out. I'm not good at that. Anybody out there that knows how to take a scratch or like not deep scratch out of clear coat and polish it up nice again, let me know. 13 people. Nice to see you all. I saw this guy in a small community center with like 20 people max before their first album dropped. They were incredible. Which guy? I'm curious, which guy? You're not one of those guys who thinks NT guitars are better than bolt-ons, are you? No, not at all. But in the grand scheme of things, when you see there's a model that's a bolt-on, and then you see there's a model that's a neck through, which one is usually the upper echelon of the two models? I mean, you've been around guitars enough. Come on, man. My favorite guitar ever is an Ibanez RG. Do you think like Ibanez RGs? No, I'm definitely not a neck through guy. But when it comes to when you're looking at which model and there's two models of a guitar, I just was like, look, it's the neck through model because it's I guess the upper echelon of the two. So when the neck through is just, you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to get too elaborate with this. We've all seen many different guitars where, oh, is it the bolt on or is it the neck through? You know, like it just is what it is. Nice. You saw those guys. That's awesome. Are you Canadian? Are you Canadian or like, because I know they tour everywhere, but they toured a lot in Canada. They toured a lot in Canada and played to a lot of no people. I've seen 2 of those shows, 2 not a lot of people, where I freely just, I asked the drummer the old drummer, and I said, hey man, do you mind if I just like sit by the stage? He's like, no, that's fine. Like, just right. Like, I'm just me and my buddies just watch you play drums. Like, that's not like, it's a small show, you know? He's like, that's fine. We just sat and watched him play all night. It was fucking awesome. BC, nice. Ontario over here. Cheers. You know what? I'm going to make your prize bigger, but just because you're Canadian. I do not have a single neck through guitar. I always felt that the bolt-ons were very snappy. You know what? I think it goes both ways. I think with certain guitars, I want, with certain body shapes, I want a neck through, like a Gibson Explorer. I would like, if I'm going to buy an Explorer type guitar or a Les Paul type guitar, I'd like it to have a neck through. If I'm going to buy, like, I find that, like, I had one RG that was a neck through, and it was weird to me. It was super strange. I felt like too glitzy. It's just like too fancy. I don't want you. The other RGs are like, look at this fucking bitch. So I had to take, that one didn't last around here that long, but it's weird. Certain guitars are just better that way. And I think that I don't have a preference. I do have a preference when it comes to neck size and all different things. But when people ask me my favorite neck shape, I don't really know what to tell them. Wizard? You know, like, I'm not one of those guys that's like D and semi-D, this and that, and the other thing is C shape, this and that. No, I just, if I can put my hands on the neck and it feel good, then we're good. All right, let's go back to some guitar playing. All right, now that we've got a nice, a good, really, really solid cabinet tone, let's continue. Let's go to the blue channel here. So once we go, see, we circled off that 50 watt, and then I start noticing what I was talking about in the last stream, how some of the amps seem to be missing a little bit on the top ski. Little bit, just a little bit missing, just a little tiny touch, because I mean, the all sevens should work. The all seven settings are paramount. They are God. And this sounds a little bit fucking dark to me. Also, I don't like that the room verbs are just on. I think this should just be off. There should just be a toggle right here. There's just bam, room on, off. I don't think it should be on. I've always been a fan of certain settings. If you guys go way back to the Nembrini audio plugins, I used to nag at Igor Nembrini non-stop about putting the room mic on in the default preset. I was like, man, don't put that on. It's if somebody wants it, they'll blend it in. I feel like with a room sound, I think that's one of those things where I feel like it should just be like, no, thank you. Just like turn it off. So in this, I don't know. So, and you notice the tone change right there for sure. So I'm noticing I'm having to make some if you're not like, I'm having to make some moves that I wouldn't normally do with a 5150. I wouldn't normally turn the presence up to 8. And on the previous amp, I had the presence, you know, we had to kind of dial it back a little bit because there was a lot. But I'm noticing here that like we did in the first stream, there's a tiny bit of missing top end headroom. Just a tiny bit, but it's still there. But if you want to combat that, you can either just turn the settings up, or you can use this guy right here. We're doing it. I don't care. Sue me. We're going with the integrated preamp, my baby. The fixer of all weak guitar tones. And we're there. Love me some integrated preamp. Setting them up is very, very simplistic. The bass goes down to almost nothing or nothing. The treble to taste. The volume really depends on what you're using, but you know, you kind of figure it out. I think it sounds pretty good, but I want to move to the red to see if we can clean this up. I feel like the settings should follow. They should at least get saved though. See, again, I feel like we're missing some top end headroom. Like a bit. Can we tell the difference? Like if we go back to the 50 watt and I turn that all up to where it's at and listen to this one. Oh, we're going to turn even the drive. Doesn't hold the settings on the pedals either. So you can hear the top end there is all there. Oh, we forgot this. The top end is all there for that one. It's all the top. It's terrific. Leave that one the way she be. I noticed the second amp we went to, though, at the top end just disappeared. And the same thing is going to happen. Could happen right now. Let's go amp. We're going to go amp to amp today in this. We're going to do the deep dive. This is 5150 Evangelism as at its best. See, I'm getting that feeling again. It just, for some reason, it's just missing. Like I've got it where it should be. The settings are where they should be. But if you want to save the weak, I'm not going to say it's weak tone. It's just a little bit dark on this one. And the killer of dark, of unfixable dark tone, is this guy right here. Seven string spacing is weird for me. I noticed that they're just slightly closer together. At least that's certainly the way it always seemed. And I can get, I miss strings all the time. Wow, what a great solo. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. 14 people in the house. We're just talking about 5150s today. We're using the Pasadena, doing a deep dive. It's hot outside. I tend to like to do all of my stuff in the first thing in the morning. We've got ourselves a nice, pretty nice tone here. I'm going to stick with where we're at. I could use a. Oh no! Really? You're going to hold up on me over switching a mic? Really? Really? You're going to hold up on me over a mic? I hope it doesn't crash, Reaper. If it does, then I'm going to be back and I'll take the moment to have my break. So we've been on here for a bit, apparently. Oh boy, it's held up now for that. Oh, good. Weird. That's strange that it got held up over the mic switch. That's clanky and twangy, and that pedal just makes all the things better. It does. It really does. This pedal makes all the tones better, and I'm just going to kind of keep rocking it, I think. So the blue sounds better now. I'm finding some really nice fixes for the top end. Well, I don't think I should have to. That's the thing. There's no way that in Axe Effects form, these amps are struggling with that top end headroom. There's no way that's possible. There's no way that there are a lot of people using Axe Effects and using 5150s inside using these amps inside that unit, and I just think it's implausible to me that there's that missing headroom. So even with it on this time, I'm noticing that it's still robbing me a little bit. What's going on? Yeah, this is a Fractal plugin. This is a Fractal plugin, sir. Fractal Icons Pasadena. It has several amps inside here, and I like a lot of them very, very much. I'm going to try the FAS. And as far as I understand, these are the Fractal in-house done amps or some sort. Whoa! Sorry, I just destroyed everyone's ears. Holy, what in the hell? Sorry, guys. Why the fuck would they have the master set up that fucking high in there? That is another glitch. Wowzers. Holy. Guys, I have to go. Wish everyone a nice day. Definitely take a look into Pasadena. Thank you very much. Absencios. It's nice to see you. I hope we see you again soon, my friend. For some reason, this is really not enjoying to be played today. That would be why. Because it's being played by a fucking hack job with like 2 riffs. Play all the same notes, man. I don't know any other notes, man. All right. Yeah, this one's missing a little bit as well. There's just missing. This one's just missing. So I don't like that I have to go past 7 for 7 here. Shonky. The FAS Stealth Blue is also pretty cool. I was also having a great time with the FAS Brown. We'll get there. It bugs me a little bit that they're missing that top end. Because I miss it. I miss it. Heads up on the volume. Yep. There it is, up at 4 again. This is warmer. This is definitely warmer. Here's a question. It says sat on ideal. So if it's on ideal, why don't you turn it on and keep it on as one of those things that's just on? Like I see other things that are just on. Why doesn't that just stay on? Also, it's cool that you can add the boost here as well. You can add a boost at, I believe, the input. That's pretty cool. Then if we want, we can just bring it alive with, if I want to go back to our, oh, that's just, once you've set it, it should be there for the rest of my session until I close the plugin. Wow. Yeah, dude, it's brand new. Tim Robertson, everybody. Tim Robertson, welcome. And also welcome, Tim. I think you saw you were greeted in our group chat. What's going on over here? All right, I see a super cracky looking gentleman is looking right on up into my stuff. So I don't want to have lights on for the super cracky gentleman anymore. I love the basic and the expert controls. I love this plugin. This plugin's awesome. I just wish if I had anything that I could change about it, it'd just be adding just a tiny bit more headroom into pretty much all of these amps. All of them, except for maybe just a handful, like a very small handful. Has this dethroned Ampcraft 1992 for your favorite 5150? It's got lots in there, brother. So I think, yeah, it's tough to say. I have to say maybe, although I'm going to be honest with you, the Kazrog 1992 is immaculate. I know some people that don't like that plugin. There's some people on our team that disagree when I call it the heavy of the 5150 plugins, but for me, that's the heavy. It's gonna, I don't know. I need to spend some more time with this one to find out for sure. No, Pasadena's not a couple months old. That just came out. It just came out like it was maybe a couple weeks ago. Maybe. I could be wrong, I guess, but I'm pretty. Usually our ears are to the grindstone. Our ears are right on the railroad on the railroad tracks on this one. We can hear the trains coming a mile away. You ever do that? Anybody ever do that? We used to be able to do that as kids. I grew up in a rural, well, I spent a lot of time as a kid in a rural area, and we had tracks right by the house, just right out in front of the driveway. They were about, I don't know, a few hundred feet. There's a lot of bedrock around the area too, so you could really feel when the trains were coming, and you could actually a friend of mine that was like way further, closer to the city, would call me and be like, hey, there's a train coming. And he's, I would listen, and we would just sit there. My friends and I would just listen. We'd put our hands on the track and listen. And then somebody would be like, I finally hear, I feel something. I can feel something. And you really can. It comes from far away too. It's pretty awesome. And so anyways, we've got our ears are always down to the rail on that one. There's seldom plugins we miss here at the AmpSim universe as far as this team goes. We're all over the place. We're all on social media. We're all on various forums of our own. Like it's very seldom something gets by us. Although I will admit that the Jared James Nichols Black Star plugin did in fact sneak by us. And is that one going to be discontinued now that Jared James Nichols is now with Marshall? 88th Palm, it's been a bit. Nice to see you. What's everyone's favorite A2 profiles so far? Yeah, Tim R, by the way. Tim Robertson is Tim R from T3K, Tone 3000. Tone 3000. Man, Tone Hunt. Wait, is the Tim R that made the profiles that... Yeah, absolutely. No group chat request came. I added you to it. I added you to it. Literally added you to it. Unless there's somebody else. I also check your do me a favor, check your message requests on your messenger. You should have gotten a request through there. That was Mosplon 88. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice that we could reunite, unite rather, Tim with one of his fans. I want to go to this. I'm too excited. I have to go to this now. If you haven't tried this, Rudy, they put some Marshalls in here too, because it's not all 5150s. It's more of like an Eddie Van Halen, an homage. An homage. And this amp is like seriously Fear Factory in a box. Now I'm gonna go right back to that. Started my day with an amazing round of the disc golf. Boy, that was fun. I decided to get out and get back in before things got too aggressively hot today. As mentioned yesterday, when it gets hot in my part of the world, I turn into a baby back bitch. Baby back bitch. And if you know where that's from, give me a little fist bump. Where's that clip from? Where's that impression from? And who does it? Actually, the guy that does the dance doesn't say baby back bitch, though. Either way, I'll take a movie. I'll take which movie it's from. Wow, this is not wanting to stay in tune today. Weird weather outside. Humidity all over the place. It's getting hot. It gets cool at night still. And guitars are living things, kind of. They certainly move like living things when it comes to, like, if you live in any place that has like humidity and whatever else, whether it's humidity and dry and it goes back and forth. If you're like in a place that's dry all the time, your guitars probably just need a humidifier at all times. But it's weird around these parts because I live near the largest freshwater lake in the entire world, and it brings really strange humidity, and then it can also get really dry over the course of just like 2 days. So the instruments are constantly like, you know, I'm constantly having to check for neck adjustments and things of that sort. And so that's another thing we talk about. Who was it earlier that said that they wanted to talk guitar modifications? Hang on. Yeah, longest yard. Absolutely. Thank you very much for that. Lucius, nice to see you. Howdy, you all. I'm back from mixing Deadline Limbo. Nice. Our band's first album is officially done, uploaded, and properly credited. Nice. That's awesome. That's a good feeling when you finally get an album done. Do you still like the songs? It's so hard to record your own music and like the songs after and not fight everyone in your band constantly. Oh man, recording your own band. That's why I'm just blessed at this point in my lifetime to only have to record myself and the people I like collaborating with. I have several guitar players that I like to collaborate with all over the place. They record a solo, they send it to me, and I just put it in the mix, and then I make it sound good. You know, like it's easy. But I can remember back in the days of having to mix my own band, or having to not just mix, but I can remember the days of having to record, mix, and master my own band, and it was just the only budget we had. And boy, oh boy, did I ever get sick of those songs real quick. Real quick. I didn't sing in that band, but I did backups, so I was just like, shit, I can't stand listening to my backups. They're just so terrible. Anyways, I'm going to take a quick break, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm not sure if I'll come back with the same guitar or not. Probably just kind of stick with it today. Anyways, please do like and subscribe if we're entertaining you. If we are not entertaining you, as I always say, we've got to try harder. And if we've got to try harder, let us know. Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat even. Let us know via email if you're not comfortable doing that. If you have a suggestion for things that are on the channel, if you have a suggestion, what things could we do better here? What things could improve? We do like mature and good positive feedback. I love positive feedback. What I don't like is assholes from burner accounts just like randomly dropping bullshit comments. It doesn't help anyone except for you to feel better about your shitty life for about 5 minutes. And then most people even feel bad and go back and delete stuff these days. So I'm really glad to say that we don't get a lot of that. We've got lots of positive people, and even the people that have reached out, there's only been, I think, two or three, under 5 anyways, that have reached out and with less than stellar comments looking for a scrap or looking for, whatever. I like debates. I am not wrong. I'm sorry. I am not right all the time. I can have my mind changed. I am not stuck on my opinion. So if you're out there and you're like, man, this just, I think you're wrong about that. Just let's do it. Let's talk about it. Teach me and make me better at what I do. So I'm going to be about 2-3 minutes here, guys. Thank you once again for being here. I appreciate all of your time. I know free time is tough to come by. Give me 2 or 3, guys. Thank you. Yeah. I remember when when this album came out. This is Wages of Sin by Arch Enemy. I remember when this album came out, and it was the funnest thing in the world. I think, hey, it's Nookie. Nice. Can we listen to this tone for a second? Just for a second, please. Listen to this fucking tone. Sounds like the fucking world is gonna end. Holy smokes. Anyways, new guitar, new me. Oh, this is so much lighter. This is like it's a baby guitar compared to that one. Holy smokes. This is like half the weight. One guitar I'm really not looking forward to at all to doing a live stream with is my Destroyer. A standing live stream rather. With my Destroyer. I better not skip leg day. That it seems like it's gonna be a lift. Hold on a sec. 9 people in the house. Hi, how's it going? Everybody welcome Tim R, by the way. Tim Roberts. Everybody welcome. Tim as a member of the team. Tim, welcome, my friend. Having your expertise is terrific. And C sharp just seems like the fucking absolute wimpiest tuning in the world right now. It's not, but it seems that way. All right. I need to go back here for the purpose of going after some Fear Factory tones. Why I switched guitars, although he wasn't a DiMarzio. Isn't a DiMarzio guy, but that's not gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Gonna have to take a second to take this new guitar sound in. It's a very different from the tone we were just working with, so it's like you're like, whoa, what's happening here? Need to make sure okay, nothing too crazy here. That really, really colored the sound for some really small moves. Did you guys hear that? Sounds delicious. So if you're wondering, oh, I've seen the question once, why are there marshals in here? Oh, you dumb bastard. There are marshals in here because Eddie Van Halen and the birth of, we'll call it the birth of, and the inspiration for the for the 5150. We're modifying marshals. However, I read somewhere, and I know if Bo is here, Bo is not here. I didn't even tell the team that we're on today. Bo is here. You probably know more about this, but I was told what had Eddie Van Halen fall in love with the 6L6 tubes was his use of the Soldano SLO for a short period of time. He used the SLO, and that was just pre 5150. So he went from heavily modified Marshalls, sometimes modified by Soldano, by the way, and other people that had modified amps for the man himself. Eventually, he got into the SLO 100, which is a modified Marshall, essentially, with 6L6s. So, and that's where I kind of think where Eddie fell in love with 6L6s and decided that his amp was going to have 6L6, not EL34s. I wonder if without that time spent with the SLO 100, does Eddie Van Halen decide to go 6L6 with his amps or not? Yet, who knows? Very interesting. He was able to switch. And if you're out there and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck are you talking about? 6L6s. Know your power tubes, folks. Know your power tubes, because they do make a difference in the sound, and ideally can make a huge difference in the amps that you're going to enjoy versus amps that maybe you're going to enjoy less. So always make sure you look into that stuff. Nice. Tim, I'm glad you found it. I figured that was the case. There's no way somebody else has that name. There's just fucking no way. Yeah, this plugin is a lot of fun, folks. I just think it's just missing. And I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to send another email. They were very appreciative of the bugs and my opinions on a few things that I had. So I'm going to send again. I'm going to send a couple of other things, and hopefully they see it. There's all you can do as a creator. All you can do as a creator or a user is when you find something you think is a bug, or maybe you think should be different, send them a word. The worst case scenario, you become one email that goes on to statistics. A company is not going to change something because one person said you should change this. A company will, however, change something or add something if there are, say, hundreds of people, or they're getting even, say, 50 emails about the same thing. Hey, you should really add this, or this really bugs me about the plugin. Don't think that your voice won't be heard, but don't think that because you want something to change, and maybe you and a couple of your buddies want something to change, that it's going to change. But see it as more of you're being a positive part of the situation, as opposed to being no part of it, right? What's the worst that can happen? They don't acknowledge you. Oh well, but I do know that when people go when things don't go, how do I say this? when a developer doesn't acknowledge that person's voice, sometimes that person tends to go to social media and be like, I don't like this plugin developer anymore because I emailed them and they didn't email me back. And you're just like, we got to grow up. Come on. Not everyone's going to email me back. And another reason I selfishly, I'm going to be honest, that I went with this specific pickup. Oh, this is bugging me. I should have fixed it after last time. I wish I had a little piece of foam around me, very close to me. I'm trying to think if I do. I just fixed something right now. That's bugging me. Anyways, you know what? It's bugging me enough that I'm going to fix it. Midstream, we're going to fix it. All right, I'm fixing a humbucker lean, and that happens from time to time because various humbuckers are balanced different ways. And sometimes they have the screws things that stick out of the bottom, and you have padding in there, and things won't be the way that you'd like them to be. So thank goodness for high density foam. However, I will tell you right now, if you have a cat or a dog, don't leave high density foam out anywhere. Learn from my mistake, please. I made that mistake and had to pay the price of almost $4,000 in vet fees because my cat liked the smell of this, ate a piece of this, it got lodged in there, and it was take it out or he's gonna die. So we had to get it taken out. So I will say a little PSA: if you have an animal, they might like eating this stuff. So high density foam is awesome. It can fix almost anything in a snap. So I'm going to take a tiny piece of it and fix my humbucker lean. If you're sitting there like, what is a humbucker lean? Essentially, you want your pickups to run exactly parallel with your strings. And if the pickup gets leaned like that, it's going to pick things up in a different way. All right, so let's do that. You're like, wow, this is fucking fascinating, dude. Thanks for wasting my Saturday. Fucking asshole. It is what it is, but sometimes we were talking about these things earlier and it was bugging me enough, and I noticed it was changing the sound enough that I just wanted to do something about it. So here we are, we're going to do something about it, and then we're going to go back to our guitar playings. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it deep in the pit of my cat can't get it land. And oh my God, if I ever have to go through that again, God help me. God help me. All right, so we're gonna go like this, and I'm gonna just jam this in there with a screwdriver, ever so gently. Sometimes it takes after you've installed the pickup to do that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna sneak that in there. And now we have a perfectly level pickup. Hey! Oh! Teeny tiny piece of, yep, high density foam. Various densities. It's always nice to have it. And where you're like, where do I even get that? Everything you get shipped is in foam these days, especially pickups. Always keep your pickup foam and your pickup containers. Those things are handy as shit. I'm still not entirely convinced that I really like the deactivators. We're also going to play with the heights a little bit today. All right. Are we peeling flesh fans in the audience today? If you haven't heard peeling flesh, that you should. So anyways, I was saying the reason I went with the DiMarzio on this guitar is if you notice the trim and the pickups, they look pretty sharp, and only DiMarzio is allowed to make the double cream. It's crazy. They have a patent on a color. They have a patent on, they're the only company that can make real creamy looking pickups. And there are certain guitars where only their cream will match just perfectly. That being said, I'm not really in love with the, I think I might try to find an Evo. See if I can find a cream evolution and for this guitar instead. I'm really just not a fan of the deactivator. And then I'm going to check the pickup height with my little fancy dancy El Cheapo checker right here. Usually, oh my God, I'm such a train wreck today. That's about perfect. So I'm kind of wondering, should there be an SLO 100 in here as well? Could we finagle that somehow? No, it's not going to happen. So yeah, there's lots about this to like. Oh, I noticed it that time. You're not going to get me this time. Nuh-uh. There are a lot of different pedals in here, by the way. I don't know what they all are. I've never used the BB Pre. Is anybody familiar with this pedal? I know about it. I know it exists. I don't know much about it, though. If there's somebody that knows how to set this one up, let me know. How do I set that bad boy up? Also, this looks to be the Friedman, is it called a Buxom Boost? Is that the pedal? Let's try this one. Again, I'm adding too many variables right now, though. I would rather go and grab Gilbert, because these pickups, I just don't think I have them dialed in the way I like just yet. Let's try this out. Let's go back to this guy right here, because I was really comfortable with what this was giving me, and I want to try the pedals with something that's a bit more comfortable. Ben, I love that you just mentioned, like, we're talking, like, New York. Are we talking New York or Boston hardcore? I don't know that the guitar tones change that much. So. Oh, there's somebody out there that just, like, is about to lose their marbles. Definitely not comfortable with this guitar right now. I'm really not feeling it. Marshall low gain amp in a box. So it's kind of like sort of like a Marshall Govna. Well, 8 people left in the house. You know what, guys? I'm going to switch guitars again, and I'll come back at you, because I'm not really in a hurry to leave. Can anybody tell me the score in the World Cup game, though? I'm gonna have to put it on in the background here. Guys, give me another moment for a break. I'm gonna have to switch up. I'm gonna switch up the guitars, and just because I want something a little more consistent if we're trying these pedals and stuff. I don't know why I grabbed this, because maybe I was just, I don't know. I have no idea. Guys, hang on a second. Heck yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing with guitar. And we're going to be here for a little bit longer. We're going to go through some more amps and have some more fun with this plugin. Just hangs today. We're going to call it, this is, by the way, this is the Megachurch of 5150. Welcome. My name is, what did I call myself again? Cornelius, Doctor. I am Doctor, rather father or doctor, whichever. I'm both of those things. Cornelius, what was it? Cornelius Sheboygan? Yep, the third of my generation, third of my father's name. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put an evolution in that guitar. I was like, what if I just fuck with people because they know what riff's coming? What if I just fuck people up and just play something different? Yeah, here. What's up here? Hey, the company, the house, no, to go by tomorrow. That was a perfect Rob Zombie impression. Shut your mouth. I'm kidding. I would never talk like that to anybody. There are people that would talk like that. Speaking of people that, no, I'm not gonna get into it. Never mind. All right, so I've noticed there is a buxom boost. Some sort of preamp I don't know anything about. DS1. There is a face fuzz. Why any? Well, no, never mind. There's some Marshalls in here, so fuzz face would come in handy with the fuzz face with the Marshalls. The FAS boost. What are you? Oh, this is their own in-house boost. Is it cool? Let's see. Is it cool? Not my favorite. Precision drive, I don't care about because I don't like the precision drive. Is it true? Can someone tell me that I was told that all of a sudden clones are becoming a part of like modern high gain rigs? Am I hearing this correct? Did I hear this correct, or is someone just talking complete shit? Because that'd be kind of cool. Slash, I don't know. I don't know. It sounds pretty cool with this amp anyway. There was a stream one time, a long time ago, where I clicked the wrong button and I had a bunch. You guys know in my left-hand panel, I have all kinds of like free stuff that's like preloaded up that just lives in my chain. And at the time, the free Nembrini Audio Minotaur tastes the beast. I begged him. I begged Igor Nembrini to put "Taste the Beast" on that pedal somewhere, and he would just refuse. I said, "But the movie's funny." Every time I say Minotaur, I'm gonna want to say it. Anyways, it was in my chain, and I thought I clicked and engaged something else, but I guess I engaged that, and I was using it for a whole like almost an entire stream out in front of a bunch of different high gain amps, and I didn't really. It sounded really good, so yeah, I guess oopsies. I don't know. See you later, Lucius. I appreciate you. Congrats on the album release, and we hope now that that's behind you that you'll come back and you'll hang out with us some more, because we missed you, my friend. The 11 people in the house, map. Thanks for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. You know I do. That sounds really good. So yeah, I mean, I'm on board here. This guitar, by the way, is an Ibanez PGM 301, and in this guitar we have an Evolution. This is a DiMarzio Evolution, which means it'll be available in the same Zebra Cream. Hopefully, I can find it. When I have, it's not on my list of things to do. It's not even approaching my list of things to do. I just mean down the road. I'm not going to go immediately and purchase a pickup. It's not going to happen. So that also means I'm going to have a DiMarzio deactivator that is going to be in need of a home. So I'm finally going to have to put up that reverb store. Sounding pretty good, guys. All right, so this is the one that I think has the best and most accurate top-end headroom. This is the 5150 50-watt blue, and I've said it, I'll say it 100 times. This one has the accurate amount of headroom for this amplifier. The rest of them, not all of them, but the majority of them do not. The majority, this is really annoying. I feel like when I switch off an amp and come back to it, those settings have to be there. Those settings just do. They have to be there. That makes auditioning the amps really like a huge pain in the ass. Now this one, actually, I will say the 50 watt might even have a top pinch too much. I know I'm being picky, but these are my favorite amps, and I'm picky about them. So I mean, maybe the 5150 50 watt has maybe a pinch too much, because I find when I get that presence up to about 7, it's a little too, hey, yeah, it's a lot. You know, it's sizzling at that point. So again, I mean, I think that they're on the right track here. It's real close, and I think it's really is quickly becoming my my favorite new 5150 plugin. I'm still getting used to playing standing again. Oh man, it took me years to get used to fucking left legging it. It's the most uncomfortable position to play guitar for me is on the left leg, campfire acoustic style. And yeah, it's weird. It's just weird. It was weird getting used to that. Now going back to standing up, it's taken some time. So thanks for your patience. Tyler, if you could only have one amp sim, what would it be? We've been over this, I think. Is there anybody in here that knows the answer to this question? Have I been around doing this long enough and made this comment enough times that someone may remember? Left mic sounds very trebly to you. Yeah, it does. I put it right up close because I was trying to encourage, lightly finesse more top end headroom here. How's that sound to you? I have a yellow Super Distortion in my Rumblebee currently. The Super Distortion is an ungodly pickup. It is the old man of Crush. You know what I mean? It's that 60 plus year old guy at the metal festival wearing the battle vest that looks like if you fuck with him, he's gonna rip your head off because he's seen some things and he's been to some fucking places and he's done with your shit. That's what I would liken the DiMarzio Super Distortion to. It's a classic pickup. It was one of the very first aftermarket replacement pickups when it first started existing. Everybody wanted that pickup. It's hard to explain to like the era of guitar players right now that the DiMarzio Super Distortion was once upon a time that pickup that everyone had to have. That it was either you were using that, you were using a JB, or you were using the EMG 81. But I think that the Super Distortion predates those other two by about 10 years. Or at least 5 or 6 years. I think the Super Distortion came out early 70s. Yes, somewhere early to mid 70s, whereas those other pickups, I think the EMG 81 was late 70s, maybe 78, 79, somewhere in there ballpark. I have it in my Rumblebee currently, and I'm not going to get rid of it. I think I'm just going to keep it because I know eventually I'm going to want to try that Jupiter rail in one of my other guitars. I know it's going to happen. I know my Iceman is going to be extraordinarily angry if I don't put it in there. But that also means changing another pickup. Andy Sneap from Judas Priest uses a Super Distortion. I thought Andy Sneap was EMG's. Having some pretty good, this is some pretty solid results with the clone Chiron. Oops. Sounding pretty good. We've been on the same setup, the cabinet setup, pretty much the entire time. This is a blend of the 212 5153 Stealth and the 412 5153 Stealth with a 57 and a 421. You'll notice the blend is kind of a 65-35 sort of scenario, and I'm liking it. I kind of dismissed quickly. I'm very quick to dismiss cabinet sections sometimes. If I can't dial it in the way I want it almost immediately, I get frustrated and just reach for my own IR because I know my own IR is going to provide tones of blissful tones I don't have to work for. It's maybe me being a little bit lazy, but I made sure to go back. Tutor, thanks to Adrian. on the team for being like, actually, I kind of loved it. And he's one person that I very much, I take his suggestions. I take his suggestions very, very, I take them as like the gospel. As we're talking amp religion today. He did a rig rundown. Nice. All early Judas Priest stuff is a super D. Nice. Well, yeah, because this, yeah, that would be. I really want the Fractal German high gain suite next. Then email them and be like, I hope you got, or actually even better, hop on their social media and be like, and just hammer it every time you see a post about the Pasadena or Fullerton. Just be in there, man. In there. German high gain, German amps, please. German amps next. German amps. You'd have to think though. Let's guess. And I'll tell you what, guys. If somebody guesses correct, let me see if like maybe I can finesse a free license for something out of Fractal and say we're gonna do this goofy little contest. Are you guys interested in maybe taking part? But if not, then we'll do another plugin. Let's do it right now. Everybody in the chat, 11 people. I want to see at least 10 fucking answers here. Come on now, folks. What will be the next? Which will be the next Fractal Icons plugin? You know there's going to be more. Is it going to be Marshall? That would be the natural assumption. The natural assumption is the next one is going to be all of their giant collection of Marshalls that they probably have. That is the assumption. That would be my assumption. That's my guess. My guess is the next one will be Marshall focused. That would be, if I'm being honest, and I know that we know that Fractal does watch the streams now. We know that they occasionally do jump in and watch. That's fun. Hi, Fractal. How are you? If we could gently finesse that. I will dare to call. I'm just going to call it out, okay? With the Marshall Suite next. What are they going to call it, too? It's going to be an M word. An M word from a California city with an M word. Because I think they're all going to be California names. So which amps are going to be next? But I'm going to dare to say it. I'll say it to Fractal as well. Come on, guys. Doing the Marshalls next would be vanilla. That would be a vanilla move. I want to preface that I love vanilla ice cream, especially when you mix it with Coke. Wonderful. Fantastic when you mix that with and I love vanilla ice cream. It's the smart move would be to do Marshall next. And I think that'll be it. What do you guys think is going to be next? I would love to see at least 5 or 6 answers. And if you get it right, I want to see if maybe we can get you a free plugin. Maybe if you get it right. From Fractal. If you get it right, you'll get that plugin. I'll see if I can push it up that I just started getting to know the people at Fractal. So I can't say I don't have any pull over there or anything, but they might find something like that fun for something that really doesn't cost them a dime. Might not even cannibalize a sale. Ronnie Webster, nice to see you. How are you? Mesa Suite next? Ooh, that's a good call too. That would be, that's another move. I don't know, man. Like, that would be, either way, man. I'm excited. Either way, guys. Tyler, can I do a stream? Sorry, Tyler, can you do a stream with angle NAM profiles? Yeah, I could. Not an entire stream. Maybe we could. Who's this? Sorry, I just noticed someone has pulled up out in front of our house. I'm curious. Interesting. See, this is the benefit of doing streams in your living room. Sorry, guys, we have like parking wars and things happening out on our street right now, so I'm vigilantly watching. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to stop being... I'm not even being nosy. I'm just watching out for my vehicle. Sounding really good. I really want to go back to it. Again, my settings. This is like the 14th time I've had to do these settings. Can I stack gain pedals? I cannot. Really though, I can't stack gain pedals? That's another problem for me. That stinks. You can't stack the gain pedals. I'm a little sad about that, to be honest. In either of these, so you can't stack the gain pedals at all. Like, there's no way to do it. And there's also no way to just not do that. Ah! Weird. Can I close this now, or do I have to now select a module? What if I just go back to this? If I go back to that, I see. It's just there when you open that up. Okay, I see. It's just there for like, there's no closing. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry, Rudy, I didn't answer your question. That's my mistake. Line 6 Helix native. If I could only use one amp sim for the rest of time, or for, it's like my desert, if I could only take one to a desert island to record with for like a year while I did some sort of like biodome experiment or something like that, like you can only have one. Why can I only have one? Computers, you can only have one. Don't ruin it. All right. Are you paying me? No, you can only have one. Sucks. Yamaha's got lots of money. Maybe Yamaha wants to get... Anyways, it would be line 6 Helix native. Only because there's everything. I could wake up in the morning and be like, I want to record a ska punk song. Done. I could wake up in the morning and say, I want to do a cover of some Peeling Flesh songs. Done. I could record Hendrix. Done. I could record some U2. No fucking idea why I'd want to do that, but that dude can do some amazing things with delay and verb and echo. So the edge or the echo, the delay, whatever you want to call him, he's got some toys. Don't like the music much, but the guy's got tone. So I could do that though. Any guitar tone you could ever want, if you can't get it, at least a reasonable version of it with only Helix native, armed with only Helix native, you don't belong near an amp. I think anybody, even the most basic of users, you just go to Equipboard or go to Google and be like, what does my favorite artist use? And there's going to be something close in there. So was I right in saying that is Nameless by General DSP? No. I don't talk to the dude at Strange Angles, really. I don't talk to any of the I really don't talk to any NAM creators that often. But there's lots of angle out there for good prices. Tons. I'd probably use... I see what's going on here. Can you stack drive pedals in the Axe effects? I'm curious because this should have the same capabilities. I'm not going to be on here too much longer, folks. It's been a fun ride today, though. Super fun. They've included what? There's 2 marshals here? There are 2. Yes. Let's check out these marshals as well while we're here. Oh, of course it was going to be loud. Of course it was. This is definitely like old school Van Halen tone kind of territory on this one. I think you guys probably, if you're into martial tones, it's awesome that they've included that. That's, again, as I said in the first stream, high class, high class move. Old chugs. What do you think the original Metallica and all the original thrash, all the original thrash stuff was recorded on? Modified Marshalls. The majority of it was done on modified Marshalls until the bands like Metallica switched to Mesa Boogie, and I think Testament switched to Mesa Boogie as well. There was rectifiers involved there, and Mark Series amps at some point, I think, as well. But Eric Peterson's he's used lots of different stuff though. Oh, you're saying of the ones I already own? Yeah, that THU is a really good suggestion as well. And really a mega suite would be a really good idea for a desert island scenario, because then you'd never get really that bored, you know? Are you talking about the John Petrucci archetype? Gotta bounce. See you later, Tim. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you again soon. I'll fire off something into the group chat there after this stream here. So, folks, I think this has brought our stream to a close. We had fun today, though. Lots of fun today. Fractal Audio Systems Icons, Pasadena. Fantastico. I very much enjoy it. I wonder where they go with this. I really wonder where they go with this, because eventually, right now, they can do the big bundles, right? Super easy. Super easy to do big bundles, like a big bundle of Fenders. Yes. Big bundle of PV, EVH, Marshall Worship. Yes. EVH Worship, we'll call it. Yes. The next one, probably Marshall's modified and not modified, or it's going to be Mesa Boogie, one of the two. Okay, cool. Maybe, but then what? You know what I mean? Then what? Where does it go from there? Would it be Bogner, Diesel? Will they group the Bogner? Will they group all the German amps together? Wouldn't that be a plugin? If they group all the Diesels, the Diesel and the Angle and the Bogner, even though Bogner is technically manufactured in the United States, I think they're still considered German engineered amps because the man himself is Reinhold Bogner is German. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Do we still consider Bogner German amps even though they're manufactured in the United States? It's a conversation it's on its own. But what happens though when eventually it starts to get down to some of the stuff that won't, will we see an entire orange? Will we see a full orange suite? I don't know if they'll do that. Would they do that? Are there enough oranges under the Fractal Audio Systems ecosystem? Is there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's under their ecosystem. I'm going to go look it up. I would love to be able to talk to somebody more at Fractal and maybe like almost interview somebody and just really talk to somebody about these plugins. And so I can have just like a better, I'm going to see if there's somebody over there that'll like talk to me about them a little bit, like the development and such. Because these are the things that we're curious about, and it's nice to be able to offer this stuff as well. I'm really always curious about development. So I think I'm going to ask and see if someone there will be nice enough to chit chat with us. Maybe get us on some sort of beta list potentially. I did ask and see if we get on the beta list. So that's pretty cool. Bogner Diesel Angle in the same icons plugin. I'm standing up, guys. Don't get me weak in the knees here. Holy smokes. You'd have to include driftwood in the German engineered pack. Good God. Oh. That would be like, that would be Jesus. They could do anything at this point. They could pump these things out now that they have the UI framework for it, and it doesn't look like it's going to change that much. I can't tell you how easy it's going to be for them. It's going to be so easy to develop these and just pound these models continuously into this basic, the uniform layout that'll probably follow the stuff along. So I guess not my final, but my really like deep dive review on the Pasadena is going to be very solid. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, only because there are some real serious workflow irritations that I don't have time for. Like, how many times did I have to set this pedal? I don't want to do that. I think the settings for every component should stay exactly the same. And maybe you have a 0 button like they have here. They have a 0 button. Bam. Maybe each one of the components has a 0 button just in case to get it back to default, or whatever. But I think that is one of the most egregious workflow problems. It bothers me to no end when I go. I'm like, if you're auditioning, example, I don't think I'm being ridiculous to suggest. Like, example, I'm auditioning drive pedals, and I'm like, I like this one, but let's try the next one. Oh, okay, so the settings are at default. Oh, let's go back to the one I was just, oh, wait a minute. The settings are defaults again. So let me put this one back. Okay, I'm going to try this one again. And now let me try this other one here. Oh, okay. Now, okay, that one sounded good. Can I go back to this one again? Oh, I've got to do this again. You know what I mean? That's workflow. That is workflow. Those are user workflow issues. And that is not going to irritate just me. I imagine many of you would be irritated with the same things. So I'm going to pass that along if I can as just being, it frustrates me a little bit. So this would be like a 10 out of 10 plugin because of the value is insane. The price for this is ridiculous. So cheap. I hope there are more of these. Goodness me, I hope there are more of them. And I hope that I hope they'll give us more opportunities to try their stuff, maybe even beta test and so on and so forth. We have good ideas, I tell you. Users, and more users. I'm always thinking about ease of use for the user and irritations for the user. And chances are, like I said, if something irritates me, it's going to irritate somebody else. I'm just an average Joe. My island amp will be the Audio Assault amp blocker. That's cool, man. That's a perfectly, again, it's a mega suite. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a mega suite. All right, everybody, I am out of here. I'm going to go and watch some football, soccer. European football? Thanks, America. Come on. Could have called it. I'd love to go back in time and do a bunch of really small things. If I could go back in time, I'd love to just tap the guy that's naming the sport and be like, hey, guy, it's already a football. It's something else, anything else, but not football. I'm going to go with football. No, listen. Not football, okay? Anything else, not football. Warrior ball, rush ball, run ball, anything. How about hand? But no, there's already, no, you're not getting it. I love American football, but I'm going to go watch some non-American football, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy the rest of your day. I very, very likely will not be here tomorrow, but I will tell you right now, actually, you know what? There is a chance I'll be here tomorrow. It's going to be super hot, and I won't be outside. Maybe. If I do jump in here, we will do something. I don't know. I put together a tone talk for CKY, so let's do a CKY tone talk. That'll be the next stream. I'll see you guys then. Get your CKY in you, and we'll try to find. Actually, I've already tested like a couple of rigs, that plug-in rigs that sound great for CKY stuff. So hopefully, we'll see you guys then. Cheers, everyone.